Hello everyone, it's Two Shads. And today we are going to be doing a Pokemon themed live stream where I use a website that I have known for a little while now. I've used it before, but not like in the last year or so. That's basically gonna help me figure out my favorite Pokemon of every type and generation. Yes, both at once. So, first of all, let's just uh let's just get everyone ready. There we go. So, we'll wait a little bit for people to show up, then we will get started. Better get Bad Janet up here because, Bad Janet is awesome, as I have often stated on this channel. Here she is. She's live for everyone here to see, so that's pretty cool. Um, yeah, not sure where everyone is gonna be at, but in the meanwhile, might as well. Oh, gee, it's how do I? This is awkward. It's already. Ah, there it is. I had to reset it. Sorry, I did a little bit of experimenting with it last night and I wanted to start, fresh. And I just figured out how to get that done. So that is pretty neat, I guess. So I think we'll give it another couple of minutes and if not, then we'll just start with an audience of no one, which is a bit disheartening, but it is what it is, I guess. So yeah, there's something right by my chair. It's hitting it. So yeah, hopefully you didn't, hear the chair hitting it because that would have been kind of awkward. Anyway, so yeah, I think we'll get started. Okay. So this is the site. I think probably some people have probably seen it before. You can also, you know, uh, make them shiny if you want to pick your favorite shiny forms. I know a lot of people are interested in doing that. But let's get started with the first generation. If yeah, no, it's still here. Uh, Normal type. Let's see. I like Firo a lot. Firo's an early leading contender. I've seen a lot of challengers to it, so I'll go with Firo. Fire type. Well, I know who we're not picking. I think I want to go with Charizard, but I want to try to keep it to just one each for every Pokemon. So I wouldn't pick, for instance, Venusaur as both my favorite grass and my favorite poison type. I'm going to try to strategize that about as well as I can do. But I'm not really seeing a lot of big contenders in fire, so I guess I'll give it to Charizard. Anyone here yet? Still no. Water. Let's see. Lapras will almost certainly be the ice type because I love it a lot. Gyarados might be the flying type, but well, we'll come back to it. Right now, I think I'll give it to probably Gyarados, but that's subject to change. Honestly, maybe not. I think I might actually go with Tentacruel here because Poison's got a lot of competition, and I really love Tentacruel, but yeah, I'll give water to Tentacruel. So, grass, definitely Venusaur. I mean, I don't think any of these other ones really hold a candle to Venusaur. I think I do like Charizard a bit more than Venusaur, but Venusaur is still one of my favorite grass-type starters. Electric, Raichu easily. Raichu might be my favorite of all the electric types. Spoiler alert for the bottom when we pick our favorite from every type. Ice. Like I said before, Lapras easily. Fighting. I think I'm going to give this one to Hitmonlee. It was a real big hand back when Sword and Shield first came out. Hitmonlee was my big time MVP. I've been a fan of him ever since. Poison. I guess Nidoking is pretty nice. Ground. I actually like Golem quite a lot. I think I'll give it to Golem. Flying. From what's left, definitely Gyarados. Psychic. I don't even have to think about this one. Mew is my favorite Pokemon. It's been my favorite for probably over 15 years. Come on. Oh, hello, Mr. E3. Uh, finally got someone in the chat. We're doing my favorite Pokemon. This is probably going to be a pretty lengthy stream if I do say so myself. But yeah, let's push on. Bug. Toss up between Pinsir and Parasect. Actually, you know what I might do? I might give Pinsir Bug, then Parasect Grass, then I'll give Venusaur Poison, because I think I have... Actually, I might put Nidoking in Ground. I'm okay with losing Golem for that. So yeah, Pinsir for Bug for sure. Rock. I like Golem, but I think I do like Kabutops a bit more, but not enough to push all these away. Well, no, I don't think I want to push Parasect out for Golem. Ghost. Pretty easy choice here. Gengar. Dragon. Pretty easy choice here. Dragonite. Dark. I think we're going with the Gen 1 glitches here, because if you didn't know, in Gen 1, they just flat out didn't have a Dark type. They didn't have Steel or Fairy in Gen 1 either, but a couple of Pokemon were retroactively given the type, but none of them were given the Dark type. So I'm going to go with the classic Missing No design. I think that's kind of a classic Pokemon among like the enthusiasts. I mean, it isn't really a Pokemon, but you know what I mean. Steel. I guess Magnemite's pretty cool. Magneton is just 3 of it, so I feel like I'm less of a fan. So I'll go with Magnemite. Fairy. I love Clefable. I know not everyone does, but I love Clefable. I loved using it in Showdown back in the day. I had this really fun strategy with it. So I have fond memories. Okay, starter. Like I said before, Charizard is my favorite of the bunch. I really loved playing through Fire Red with it. Gimmick form, so basically just the Megas and Gigantamaxes of the Gen 1. I love Mega Kangaskhan's. A similar situation with the Clefable, actually. I really loved using it back in the day when it was super broken, back when you could do like extra damage with the baby one. I thought that was really fun. So guess what? Okay, I'm curious. Tell me, Mr. E3. Tell me. What do you have to say? Well, I'll get back to you later. I want to do this. Legend. Obviously Mew. Favorite. Obviously Mew. Okay. We have done Generation 1. These are my favorite Pokemon of each type in Generation 1. All right. Gen 2. Normal. Furret. I love Furret. It's adorable. It's my favorite of the regional rodents, of the fully evolved ones. I love Bidoof a lot. Honestly, I think Furret might even edge Bidoof out. I really love this guy. Okay, Fire. I mean, depends on what we're giving Flying to. I think I'll give it to Typhlosion. I like Ho-Oh a bit more, but I think I'll wait for Flying for that and give this to Typhlosion. Water. I like Wooper a lot, and I like Mantine a lot. I think I might have to give it to Wooper though, or not to Wooper, to Mantine though, because we already have someone for flying. Grass. Let's see what psychic types are available. I think I'll give this one to Chikorita. Chikorita's really cute. It had a really cool personality in the show. I know it is a terrible choice for the region it's in, but I like it conceptually a lot. It's like a cute little dinosaur with a leaf. It's nice. Okay. I know you're making an ARG. You told me that today. Okay. Electric. Raikou for sure. Well, actually, maybe Pichu. Can't really delegate any of the other ones, but I think I like Raikou a lot. Raikou is just a really cool tiger. It's my favorite of the three legendary beasts. I don't know if I'd say it's one of my absolute favorite legendaries, but definitely one of the better ones out there. Okay, ice. Not really a lot of standout choices here. I guess Delabird's pretty cool. I guess I wrote that. Fighting, Heracross for sure. Poison. You guys have no idea how much I love Crow. Well, if you saw that awful favorite Pokemon video I did probably like 6 years ago, wow. That I really love Crobat. He's one of my favorites. It's a Pokemon I actively go out of my way to use where possible. Yeah, Crobat's definitely getting this. Ground. I guess Wooper. I said before Wooper was probably going to get it. Depends on what we get. Yeah, I guess Wooper can have that. Flying. From what's left, Ho-Oh for sure. Ho-Oh is actually, I'd say, one of my favorite legendaries. And you know what? So is Celebi. I really love the Celebi movie. It's two psychic types in a row. We've given the cute legend, the cute mythical rather, that's at the towards the end of every dex. But what can I say? They struck lightning in a bottle twice. Okay, Bug. We've already given Scizor, or we've already given Heracross a choice, so I guess we're going with Scizor here. All right. Rock, Shuckle, just Shuckle. I love that guy. The memes around him are funny. I don't know. Shuckle's just really awesome. Ghost, not a big Mischievous fan, but it's my only option. Dragon, not a big Kingdra fan, but it's my only option. Dark, Umbreon for sure. I mean, it's just like head and shoulders. I love it more than all these guys. I mean, I guess Houndoom's pretty cool, but I think I like Typhlosion and Umbreon more. So yeah, we're going with Umbreon. Steel, from what's left, Steelix. It's just a really awesome metal snake. What more is needed? Fairy. This might surprise some of you, but I actually like Togetic a lot. I think I actually like it more than Togekiss, if I'm being honest. Okay, starter. Toss up between Chikorita and Typhlosion, but I think I'll give it to Typhlosion here. Gimmick form. Mega Heracross. It's Heracross, but even cooler. What can I say? Legendary. It's either Ho-Oh or Celebi here. Honestly, I think I'm going to give the edge to Celebi. Celebi's just that cool. By the way, I'm ignoring the type for the legendary of every type because I feel like it. Same with gimmick form when we get down to like Gen 6. Yeah, I feel like this. Favorite overall of Gen 2, Crobat for sure. Gen 3, normal. There are a lot of dependencies here. I'll give it to Azurill for now, but it might end up shifting to Fairy if depending on how things play out. Okay, Fire. I'm gonna give this one to Camerupt. I love Blaziken a lot. It's a contender to be my favorite fire type starter in all honesty. but I might save it for fighting for later because of other things that might play out here. Anyway, water. Swampert is my favorite starter of all time and one of my favorite Pokemon ever, but I might save it for ground because I love my Milotic a lot. That's actually part of the reason I gave Camera Up to Fire, so that I could give it something over the ground. So my Milotic's getting water. Grass. I guess Shiftry is probably my favorite of these options. I like Sceptile a lot, but excuse me. I think I like Shiftry better. Okay, electric. Not a lot of options, but I guess Manectric's nice. Ice. This might be an unconventional pick, but I'm going to go with Snowy Cast form. I really like this version of it. It looks like ice cream. I love ice cream, and I love snow too, which is why I love the snow outside right now, contrary to what a lot of people are saying. Okay, fighting. Blaziken for sure. Finally got its moment to shine. Poison. Not a lot of standouts, but Dustox is an inspired design, if nothing else. Ground Swampert for sure. Flying. Well, I might actually give this one to Salamence. I love Rayquaza a lot, but Salamence is like one of my favorite designs. It's easily my favorite pseudo legend. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but this is my favorite pseudo legendary. It just looks really cool. I like the arc from Bagon, the arc of it learning to fly. I don't know. Salamence just gives me good vibes. Okay, Psychic. Gotta be Latias. Latias, probably my favorite of the legendaries introduced this generation. Spoilers for later, but yeah. I just think Latias's design and personality are really cool. I like Latios too, but Latias is just it's just cute and cool. Sort of like Mew actually in a lot of ways. I think Latias is really awesome. Okay, Bug. Ninjask for sure. It's just way far better than the rest of these. Okay, Rock. Depends on where Steel goes. Not really a big fan of Light. I think I'll give it to Aggron. Aggron is like the only one of either the Rock or Steel type this generation I feel passionate about. It's a big metal dinosaur. I mean, come on, it's one of the best designs in the series. If you don't like Aggron, you're wrong. That's all I'll say. Ghost. I guess Sableye. Sableye's not bad. Dragon. I mean, this is both a dragon and flying, so it doesn't matter where each goes. Guess I'll give Rayquaza this. Rayquaza is probably my second favorite legendary of this gen behind Latias. It's really strong. It's a really great design. I like the lore behind it. I don't know, just a really solid Pokemon. I can't argue with the love it gets. Okay, Dark. I think I'll give this to Sharpedo. Sharpedo was actually the first shiny Pokemon I ever got back in the Oris days. I have another one in Go, so the only Pokemon that I have two shinies of, so that's pretty nice. Let's check the chat again. Still not a lot of action here. Steel. I guess Metang is pretty neat. This is kind of something that surprises people, but I think I like Metang a bit more than Metagross. I don't know. It's like a nice little UFO with arms. It's just, excuse me, I've been talking way too much. Just a really neat little design. Okay, Fairy. I'll give normal another look. I guess Gardevoir. Don't look up the Rule 34. Don't look up the NSFW stuff of it, but it's a really cool Pokemon. Starter, Swampert. Don't even have to think about that. Gimmick form. I think I'm going to go with Primal Groudon in all honesty. I really love using that in competitive. So that's, yeah, back in the day, a few years back now. Primal Groudon's just really overpowered, and I just have a lot of fond memories of it. Okay, legendary, Latias for sure. Favorite overall. It's either Azurill or Swampert. I'm going to shock a lot of people here. Azurill is my favorite Gen 3 Pokemon. You will not believe me when I tell you this. You will not. But I've used competitive Azurill and it worked. I don't know if you know Karen of the Elite Four. She says you should use Pokemon you like rather than the ones that'll just make you win. But I took that to heart and it worked. I will die on that hill. I love Azurill. Okay, next. Gen 4. Normal. Is this even a question? Bidoof. Okay, fire. Didn't really give us many fire types this gen, just the starter and a legendary that's almost impossible to get even to this day. A new form and a new evolution. I think Monferno is actually a pretty cool design. I think I'll give this to it. Water. I guess Luminion is pretty nice, kind of an underrated one, if I do say so myself. Grass. Leafeon. I love Leafeon. It's my favorite of the evolutions. One of my favorites in general. In my Wonder Trade only run I did a Sword and Shield, it was definitely the MVP. It's got one of the best designs you'll ever find. I'm just really passionate about this one in particular. Okay, electric. I like Magnezone the most of these, but I might save it for steel because Luxray is a clear, stronger option than any of the other steel types there. So I'll give Luxray electric. I think Luxray is really neat. Like most people do. Ice. Kind of slim pickings here. I guess Mamoswine's pretty neat. Fighting. I think I'm going to go with Gallade. Gallade's a pretty cool design. It's a pretty cool. I think I do like Gardevoir more, but excuse me, but Gardevoir or not Gardevoir, Gallade rather is pretty neat in its own right. Poison. Buddy's cute. Buddy's just really cute. I've always thought so. I've always kind of thought fondly of it. So yeah, Buddy will get poison. Grass. You planted grass. Or wait. I should have said that there. This is ground. What am I saying? But anyway, I said that because I was going to give it to Torterra. It didn't get the grass type because Leafeon's just that good, but Torterra is my favorite of all the grass type starters. Easily my favorite of this region. It's actually my brother's favorite Pokemon, which I can't fault him for. Just look at this thing. Even if I didn't have a nostalgic connection, it'd still probably be a Pokemon I like a lot. But I do, so that makes it even better. Okay, flying. I think I'll give it to Staraptor. Staraptor is probably my favorite of the regional birds. I just think I like the hairstyle it has, I guess. I like kind of its demeanor, and also it's probably the best for a playthrough. The best competitively is obviously Talonflame, but as far as a playthrough goes, you can't really beat Staraptor. Oh wow. Oh hey dog and cat. Welcome back, Mystery 3. Good luck on your ARG. So yeah, we're just gonna keep going on. Psychic. You know, I might actually change this to Toxicroak and give Gallade this. because I do actually like Toxicroak a bit more than I gave it credit for back here. Not enough to supplant Badoo and Poison, and thus Leafeon and Grass. But I do like Toxicroak, and I guess I'll give Gallade the Psychic. Bug. I think, yeah, Meg is a pretty cool new design from Yanma. It took what worked and made it really nice and fearsome. I've always been a fan of him. Not, I wouldn't say more than Staraptor, of course, but definitely a solid new evolution. Rock. You're gonna flame me for this, but I've always loved Rhyperior. I know most people think it's a downgrade from Rhydon, but I don't. I think it's just so cool. I just like how bulky and strong he looks. Looks like he'd be like a pretty helpful for maybe construction workers. I'm sure they use it somewhere there. I don't know. It just looks like a rhino. I mean, obviously it does. I've been talking too much, but anyway, yeah, Rhyperior is cool. Okay, Ghost. Depends on what I'm giving Dark to. I think I'm gonna go with Spiritomb. Spiritomb is just really wacky and cool, and for a non-legendary, has a lot of surprising lore. I love him a lot. Okay, Dragon. It's either Garchomp or Giratina. I think I'll go with Giratina for this one. I really like the lore behind him too. I like how he's basically the devil of Pokemon. So that's nice. Okay. Dark. Darkrai's even cooler. I like how it's, besides Mew, obviously, my favorite mythical, maybe even a top 5 legendary overall for me. I like how it's kind of like the perfect anti-villain. Plus, it just looks awesome. And also, if you know the show, you know Darkrai from, the final episodes of Gen 4. Okay, Steel. Magnezone, like I said before. Really great final evolution to Magnemite. Really cool in playthroughs too to use him. I I've used him before a few times. Can be a pain to evolve, but it's worth it. Nothing new yet. Fairy, not massively a fan of either, but I guess Togekiss. Starter, Torterra for sure. Gimmick form. This might shock a lot of you, but I really love Mega Garchomp. He's just takes everything that worked about Garchomp and made it work. I know he's probably weaker than Garchomp in competitive, but I don't care. It just looks really great. Legendary, Darkrai for sure. Favorite of Gen 4 overall. I think I'm actually going to pick Leafeon. Leafeon's just really, it's just great. I love the guy. Okay, Gen 5. We're getting to the more contentious generations now. Okay. Normal. Actually, let's see what's for Psychic. Meloetta. I really, really love Meloetta. I mean, I can't decide if I like it more than Celebi or not, but it's really close. I don't know. Meloetta is just really cute. I really like the idea of a Pokemon that's based off music notes of all things that actually looks good. Yeah, I have fond memories. Okay, Fire. Gee. I mean, I know for sure what one of them, that Reshiram is getting one of these. Absolutely no doubt. But the thing is, I like Soul Fire type Darmanitan a lot. And I like Soul Fire type, or Soul Dragon type rather, Druddigan a lot. I think my love for Druddigan outweighs my love for Darmanitan. So Reshiram's getting Fire. Kind of skipped a bunch here to give Druddigan, but it was getting it no matter what. Reshiram is like one of my favorites, maybe even second only to Mew. I've loved him since he was in. I remember when he was introduced. I loved him from day one. He's been one of. I have a shiny of him actually, a legitimate shiny of him in Sword and Shield that I always had follow me in the DLC areas. I don't care that following Pokemon in Gen 8 was terrible. Just I did it anyway. Okay, water. Okay, this might shock you, but I actually love Basculin a lot. I mean, not Reshiram tier or anything, but like, I don't know, he looks kind of wacky and fun. Okay, grass. Snivy. I really love, I mean, I really love a lot of these, but Snivy's just cool. It's both really cute and really cool. It's like the ideal first stage starter. What can I say? Electric. I mean, I think Zekrom. I don't like Resh. I also remember when Zekrom was introduced. I don't like him as much as Reshiram, but like I'm really fond of him too. Ice, Kyurem, best legendary trio of all time, by the way. This is like maybe the only legendary trio where I really truly love all three so much. Reshiram's my favorite of the bunch, like by a county mile, even still, but man, all three of them are just so cool. Okay, fighting. Gonna go with another legendary here and go with Virizion. He's I like this I like two of the three Swords of Justice, and Virizzion's my favorite of the three. I think they're pretty. Other than Terrakion, I've never been a Terrakion guy, but both Cobalion and Virizion are pretty cool. Okay, Poison. Let's see what's over here. Actually, this might shock you, but Whirlipede I think is really cool. It's unique compared to its other two. Excuse me. And I don't know, it's just really cool that there's a bug that could fuse convincingly with a tire of all things. Okay, ground. Let's see, it's in steel. And let's see, it's in ghost. I think I'm gonna give ground over to Golurk. It was either that or Excadrill, but there's a ghost type I wanted to include as well. So Golurk is going to go for ground. It's just, I don't know. It just brings what it wants to be to life really well. And the fact that it can fly is really cool. And how it flies is really great too. Okay, flying, speaking of. Not massively a fan of any of these guys, but I do like Mandibuzz quite a bit. Psychic. Honestly, maybe Victini. I love, they did both. They did two, really cute mythicals at the end. I do like Meloetta more for sure. But actually, you know what? I might actually, I missed it the first time, but I like Cincino a lot. I might move Meloetta over to here. I like Meloetta more than both Victini and Cincino, but I mean, this might be a hot take, but I do like Cincino more than Victini. And Victini, my liking of Victini definitely doesn't outweigh Reshiram and even Druddigan. So sorry, Victini, you're not in here. Okay, Bug. I guess Galvantula is pretty cool. I already used this one, and there's not anything I would really put. So Galvantula is pretty neat. Okay, Rock. I like Roggenrola a lot. Roggenrola is really cute. Okay, Ghost. I was saving it for this, but Chandelure. It has. I'm actually bring this over. Might be my favorite shiny of all of them. I mean, you just saw like it takes these purple flames, then makes them orange. I hunted for a while for a shiny Chandelure. Sadly, couldn't find one, but man, that's like a shiny I wish I could find. Anyway, Druddigan, I don't know. It's just a really neat. It's just a really awesome dragon. I've been attached to it since I was little. I know it's kind of weak, battle wise for being a fully evolved Pokemon. I'm amazed it doesn't have a pre-evolution. Actually, it's just kind of a one-stage Pokemon. But regardless, it's epic. Has a cool shiny too. I don't know. Big fan of Druddigan here. Okay, Dark. Toss up between Zoroark and Crocodile. I think Zoroark actually. I don't think I'd be willing to move Golurk away for Crocodile though, so Crocodile gets nothing. Okay, Steel. Excadrill. I mean, come on. It's a really cool mole. It's surprisingly good in battle. It's surprisingly short compared to what this would suggest, but I don't know. I just really like the claws on it too. I like the way it digs. Real neat stuff here. Okay. Fairy definitely Whimsicott, another one I like to use competitively back in the day. Really fun to troll people with. Excuse me. I need to drink some water after this. Okay, starter. I think this will be I like Superior a lot, but I think this might be the first one where I pick one of the not fully evolved because, like I said, Snivy's just a really great design. I think it's really cute and really cool all together. Snivy's my choice. Gimmick form. Would it be wrong to pick one of these? Probably not. I'm going with you. I not the foggiest idea what you're called. I haven't done the Pokestar Studios thing in like eons. I'm shocked I ever did it in the first place, but they had some pretty wacky designs. Actually, maybe I can find out if I could do this. White Door. His name is White Door. Well, White Door, you're my favorite gimmick form of this generation. Okay. Legendary. Reshiram, favorite, Reshiram. All right, Gen 6. A lot more gimmick forms here. I feel like it'd kind of be a betrayal to use it over the actual new ones, but I like a lot of these. Mega Kangaskhan. Okay, Fire. I think I'll give this one to Fennekin. Fennekin's, I mean, not as strong of an early or a first stage design for a starter, but really solid in its own right. Water. Let's see what Dark's got to offer. Calculating my options. I think I'll give it to Greninja for now. It might move to Dark, but Greninja's really nice. It's my favorite of the fully evolved starters this gen for sure. I can see why it's so popular. Maybe like I may be able to call it slightly overrated because it was apparently the most popular Pokemon of all time. I don't think it's that strong, but I can see why people do like it. Grass. Not a lot of great options. I guess Trevenant. Electric. Mega Manectric's a really awesome upgrade. Ice. I think Aurora. I'm not a big fan of the ice type in general, but I think Aurorus is probably my favorite ice type overall. Definitely my favorite fossil. It's just a really cool, really nice little dinosaur. What can I say? Dinosaurs are just inherently cool. And this is a really nice dinosaur. All right. Fighting. Hawlucha is like a top tier Pokemon for me. It, it, I'm not a big wrestling person, but man, Hawlucha just does it so well. It's both a really cool flying and a really cool fighting type, and its signature flying press move is really unique. It's the first two type move. I don't know. Hawlucha is just like an all timer. Okay, Poison, Mega Gengar, and then some. One of my favorite megas for sure. Okay, Ground. I think I'll give this one to Primal Groudon since I didn't give it for Fire. Okay, Flying. I already used Hawlucha, but none of these fighting types impressed me enough to move it. I'm going to give it to Mega Charizard Y, actually. Mega Charizard Y is just a really great evolution, or mega evolution of a Pokemon I love a lot. What can I say? Okay, Ghost, or Psychic, rather. Definitely Malamar. I mean, it's just the clear best for me. It's just, if you know Contrary, you know why Malamar is awesome. And also, it's just a really cool evolution of Inkay. And I forgot to mention, I love the way you evolve this thing. It's just so unique. If you know, you know, but if not, you have to physically turn your device. I'm using Bad Janet for this upside down. And then it becomes an upside down version of Inkay. That's just ingenious. Okay. Bug. Mega Heracross for sure. Okay. Rock. I know I did Aurorus, but it would be wrong to do Amara because I guess I like Tyrantrum quite a bit too, but I don't know. Amara is just a really solid pre-evolution in its own right. Okay, Ghost. Let's see. Any other good poison or grass types? Because I want to give it to. I think I'll actually replace Trevenant with Mega Abomasnow. And I'll give Trevenant to the Ghost type. Mega Abomasnow is just a solid continuation of Abomasnow. I think it's pretty neat. Okay. Dragon. Mega Garchomp. I mean, I said it before, I said it again. Really great Mega. One of my favorites. Okay. Dark. I think I'll go with Yveltal here. Yveltal, if y'all know the behind this the fandom lore. Just a cool legendary from this gen. Okay, Steel, Aegislash. I was looking for a place to include it, but Steel is, I think, what works best. I mean, swords are inherently cool, and this is just a really solid sword Pokemon. Okay, Fairy. Sylveon's neat, I guess. That's the third evolution I've used, but the evolutions are all consistently solid. Starter. This might shock some of you, but I think I'm going to go with Fennekin over Greninja. Actually, I was considering whether or not to put Greninja in Dark type, but I don't know. I'm not overly impressed with any of these. Okay, Gimmick. Y'all are going to hate me, but I don't care. Mega Garchomp. Legendary. I'll give Primal Groudon a bone there. Overall, toss up between Mega Garchomp and Hawlucha. I think I'll go with Hawlucha. Gen 6's best is at least a Pokemon that's original to it. Gen 7. Excuse me. I think I'll give it to Type Null. I like Beware a lot, but I'll save it for fighting. Okay, Fire. Not massively a fan of any of them, but I guess I'll go with Blacephalon. Water. I think I'll go with Brion, actually. Not a lot of middle stage starters get it right, but I think this one does. Grass. Grass. I made that joke, but now it's in the actually right place. So that's neat. I love Delmise and I love Decidueye, and it doesn't matter. But I'll strategize for down here. I'll give Decidueye grass. Really, I actually like Rowlet better, but Decidueye couldn't ask for better for a final form. My video is almost finished. Good for you. It's just, I mean, I actually like it more than Hisuian Decidueye. Hot take for you, but yeah. Okay, electric. Depends on what bug has. I guess I'll give it to Alolan Raichu. Ice, Alolan Sandslash. Fighting, Beware for sure. Poison, not massively into any of these, but I guess Alolan Muck is kind of classic at this point. Ground, definitely Palace Sand. It's a sandcastle Pokemon. I mean, how cool is that? Okay, flying, gotta be Rowlet. I love this bundle of joy so much. You have no idea. Okay. Excuse me. Let's see. Psychic. I guess Lunala. Lunala's solid. Solid box art legendary. Okay. Oh, and also, I said Chandelure might be my favorite shiny, but like, where is it? Oh yeah, there it is. This is like right up there with it. Come on, guys. Okay. Bug type, Vikavolt for sure. Have a lot of fond memories of using it my first playthrough. Rock, I think I'll go with Stack Attacka. Not my favorite Ultra Beast. We'll get to it later, but couldn't ask for better from this sort of thing. Okay, Ghost, Delmise for sure. I've always loved him since he was introduced. I love him a lot. Okay. Dragon, I guess Guzzlord. Guzzlord's pretty neat. Dark. Actually, I might give it to Dark and then give Alolan Executor Dragon because I think Alolan Executor is a really solid change to regular. I like him a lot more. And also, it's just silly. Okay. Kartana is my favorite Ultra Beast and Steel type from this. I was a huge fan of him when he was introduced. I mean, it's a paper Pokemon that can give you a lot of paper cuts. They're like razor thin. Epic. Okay, Fairy Mimikyu for sure. Everyone loves him. I do too. Okay, starter Rowlet. Third one in a row I picked a first stage. Decidueye would be a close second, but you know. Okay. Gimmick form. I feel bad leaving out the regional forms, but I love Gigantamax Melmetal. Legendary. Yes, Lunala. Lunala's pretty solid. Okay, favorite overall. Excuse me. It's either Delmise or Beware. I honestly think Delmise. Okay. Gen 8. Normal. Hisuian Zoroark. Fire. A lot of really great ones. I think I will give Fire. What else was there? I think I'll give fire to Scorch. Yeah, it seems solid. Water, I'm strategizing here. I'll give that to Basculegion is I mean I said I love Basculegion, but Basculegion is like a top tier Pokemon for me. I love like its backstory, its awesome design, how fun it is to ride around on. It's great. Okay. Grass. I think I'll go with Appleton. Getting it shiny was a really great experience. Okay, electric. Yamper's really great. It's a cute little puppy. Okay, ice. I gotta lean over to see, sorry. I think Ice Ski is cool. Fighting. I guess Cubfu. I'm not massively a fan of any of these, but Cubfu's neat. Excuse me, man. My throat's really dry now. Okay. Poison, Toxtricity, Ground. I love Ursaluna. It's cool to have. I have a really strong one in Go. I've gotten really attached to. Flying. I'm going to give it to Cramorant. Cramorant's really goofy and I love him. Okay, Psychic. I think I'll go with Galarian Ponyta. I don't know. Galarian Ponyta is cute and it's just a cool reimagining of regular Ponyta. Bug or Beetle for sure. I mean, it's a really awesome. I never thought I'd say a really awesome ladybug, but here we are. Rock. Well, I know it's not getting it, but Dreadnought is. I like turtles. There, I said it. Okay, Ghost. Hisuian Typhlosion. I gave Scorch the bug type, but Hisuian Typhlosion, either this or Blaziken is my favorite fire type starter. I think this edges out, but man, the Gen 3 starters are really solid. Having maybe on a good day 2 of my 3 favorites of each. Okay. Dragon. American Dragon. Gigantamax Duraludon. It is a skyscraper Pokemon. I didn't think that would ever work, and yet here it is. Dark. I'm in a bit of a pickle here. You know what I might do? I'll give Obstagoon this. Galarian Moltres is like a top tier Pokemon of all time. Like, I will not back down on that. I'll move you to water, you to ghost, and then you to fire. But like Galarian Moltres. I mean, I wasn't even that big a fan of regular Moltres, but like they made it a blackbird with bright red fire. Enough said. Look at it. And an Obstagoon. I just really like that it's a cool evolution of, well, not technically Lanoon, but of Galarian Lanoon. I don't know. It looks like he'd be cool to have around. Steel, Gigantamax Melmetal. Fairy. I like Zacian a lot. That was another one that was cool to use in competitive. Starter gotta be Hisuian Typhlosion. We actually got a fully evolved one this time, albeit, excuse me, a regional form of an older gen starter. Okay. Gimmick form Galarian Moltres. Legendary Galarian Moltres overall. It's either Basculegion or Galarian Moltres, but I think I'd give it to Galarian Moltres. Okay, the current generation. Oh, wow, I've been doing this for almost an hour. Okay, current generation. Normal. I think I'll go with Cyclizar here. Fire. I love Ceruledge so much. You guys have no idea. But I think I'll give the fire type over to actually it doesn't really matter. I'll give it to Skeledirge. Even though my favorite one of this gen, my favorite starter is Quaquaval. Grass. I like Dolive a lot. It's a really cool middle stage. Not a lot of cool, great middle stages out there, but this is one of them. Actually, I forgot to move. I forgot to put Centiskorch in for Bug and Orbia. Okay, that's changed. Okay. Electric. I might give this one to Miraidon. Miraidon is, I don't know, it was really fun to ride around on in the game. I feel like Excalibur has grown on me a lot as a pseudo legend. I'll give that for Ice. For the fighting type, Iron Valiant. It's a toss up between this and this is my favorite Paradox, but they're both just so cool. It's a really great fusion of Gallade and Gardevoir. It just marries the two so well. Okay. Poison, Paldean Wooper, Ground. I guess Full Moon or Blood Moon Ursaluna. Flying. I guess Bombardier is cool. Psychic. I think I'm going to go with Iron Leaves for this one. I like Virizion. This is a cool addition to Virizion. Bug. Not a massive fan of any, but I guess low kicks. Rock. I like Garganical. It's a Minecraft Pokemon. How is that not great? Ghost. Effortlessly. Actually, you know what? I might give Annihilate fighting, and then I'll give Iron Valiant Fairy. I know it knocks Dashbun out, but I like him a lot, but I like these two more. Dragon. I guess Archulodon. Dark. What's the name of the Salamence one? I think it's like Blood Moon or something. I forget, but sorry, I have to brush up on my current gem, but it is. Actually, I can figure that out right now. Roaring Moon, that was it. Okay. Steel. I like Earthworm a lot, surprisingly. Okay. Starter, Quaquaval. Gimmick form, Paldean Wooper. Legendary Miraidon. Overall, Ceruledge. Okay, now my favorite of each type overall. I actually think I'll go with Furret, but then I'll move. I guess I'll give Exploud this. Then none's gonna take out Latios for that. Okay. Fire, Reshiram. Water. I think I'll go with Cramorant, actually. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll go with Milotic. I like it a bit more. Grass, Leafeon for sure. Electric, Raichu for sure. Ice, Aurorus. Fighting, either Hawlucha or Beware. I guess Hawlucha. Poison, Crobat. I'll move the camera over here so you can see me a bit better. Ground, Swampert. Flying. Wait, Galarian Moltres, yeah. Psychic, Mew. Bug. I guess Vikavolt. Rock. Aggron. Ghost. Or actually, no, Ceruledge for sure. Dragon. You're going to kill me for this, but Mega Garchomp. Dark. Darkrai. Steel. Either Kartana or Mag. I'm going to give it to Kartana. Fairy, Azurill. Starter, Swampert. Legend, or Gimmick form, Galarian Moltres. Legendary Mew overall. Mew. Okay. Now, my Pokemon team. I guess this is my top 6. Mew. This is not working right now. Reshiram. Come on. Reshiram. Okay, then Azurill, honestly. Come on, this is... You're failing me at the home stretch. Okay. Then probably Sarilege. My favorite current gen Pokemon. Then Crobat. Then Swampert. All right, regional bird. Starly. Regional mammal. Unevolved Bidoof. Actually, I think the unevolved favorite regional bird would probably be Fletchling. Regional bug. Unevolved Pricewaddle. Pseudo legend. Do you know what I'm gonna do? I don't think I will. I'll go with Mega Garchomp. Pikachu clone. Raichu. Evolution Leafeon. Fossil Aurorus. Regional form Galarian Moltres. Gigantamax. Excuse me. Definitely Melmetal. Baby Azurill. Box art legendary. Reshiram. Mythical. Mew. Ultra Beast. Kartana. Paradox. Either Iron Valiant or Miraidon. I think I'll give it to Miraidon. Actually, speaking of Miraidon, I might actually give it the Dragon. And I'll give Kilowattreless. Then I'll put you into here. And I'll put Noivern there. And then I'll put Primal Groudon here. That means I need to replace this, but I mean, I can switch these around. It doesn't really matter. Your Salamence now. Your Mega Garchomp now. Sorry, Milotic, but your Swampert now. Your Torterra now. Your Blaziken now. I guess I'll put Breloom there. Alright. Actually, I might want to put this back. I probably shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry, but this takes priority. Yeah, I'm reorganizing at the last minute. I know. Salamence got in after all. Oh, I gotta change this now. Might move you to here, then I'll put you. Then Raboot. I like Raboot a lot. Favorite type? Probably flying. Dragon's a close second. Or maybe fighting's a close second. Favorite ball is the quick ball. Favorite spin is 494949. Haha. Van 49. Favorite Vivillon? Guess the pink one. Favorite Alcremie? I guess the Gigantamax one. New evolution to an older Pokemon. Either Leafeon or Crobat. Think I'm going to give it to Crobat. We did it! It's done! I have finished it. That took way longer than I thought. Wow, I've been at this over an hour. Okay, wow, that was a great stream, everyone. We now know my favorite Pokemon of every gen and type.